We will not put up income tax, VAT or national insurance contributions.
There's a social care nurse, £121. The landlord, the millionaire landlord, pays absolutely nothing, not a bean, zip.
Well, we're looking at doing things to tackle those so-called lifestyle drugs users who don't think that they're part of the problem.
It's perfectly true that I have had some drugs.
I want to be the Prime Minister who does with Northern Powerhouse Rail what we did for Crossrail, with a pledge to fund the Leeds to Manchester route.
Can you just explain why the eastern leg of HS2 is now not going ahead, and why that high-speed rail link between Leeds and Manchester, similarly, will not be going ahead as promised?
You're right. We're all right to say Black Lives Matter. We're going to be the cleanest, greenest government in history in this country.
Raw sewage pumped into Langstone Harbour in Hampshire, non-stop, for 49 hours.
We've had swimmers reporting swimming along and having a sanitary towel stick to their face.
I thought that David Attenborough's presentation yesterday morning was absolutely spellbinding.
You brought up the national treasure, Sir David Attenborough. He's 95 years old, he was wearing masks and you weren't.
The Prime Minister walking along, elbow bumping three nurses. The only person in the shot who isn't wearing a mask is the Prime Minister.
I'm massively grateful to all NHS staff.
Pay freeze for millions of public sector workers is expected to be announced by the Chancellor next week.
For nurses like Emily Huntingford, it's the final insult after 18 months on the front line.
We will not be responding to this crisis with what people called austerity.
4.4 million families who are losing the £20 uplift.
That £20, I could put 10 on gas, 10 on electric, and that will see us through for a while. And then now, this is £20 is going to be taken away, and my electricity's just gone.
For 5 years, Mr Patterson earned more than £100,000 a year on top of his MP salary by consulting for two firms. Instead of voting on whether to suspend Mr Patterson from Parliament, MPs were voting on whether to overhaul the investigations process.
Not one rule for one and one for another. I think what he did was underhanded and it shouldn't be overlooked.
It is with a very heavy heart. I must tell you, we cannot continue with Christmas as planned.
There was a Downing Street Christmas party on Friday night. Do you recognise those reports?
I went home.
Was it a party where the guidelines were followed, or was it not a party?
I can tell you that the guidelines were followed at all times.
This fictional party was a business meeting. And it was not socially distanced.
Forgive me. Forgive me. Forgive me. Yes.